Craft the clock, we just can't wait. 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 Craft the clock, we just can't wait.
For the 5th time. So before we go any further, can you see and hear us? We think you can. We've stole equipment from around the building. It's what we were doing yesterday. I even took a jacket off to help, I know. But we are not alone today. New to sort of television and new to the Craft O'Clock world. Look who's joining me. Helen is here.
Hi.
How are you, lovely?
I'm great, thank you. I had a great drive, no issues.
This
It's lovely to
This is
get here
what
in
we
time
like.
and plan.
And you've brought us newness across the board.
We do have some new things. we
Brand
do.
new stuff. So let's cover all this on how it all is going to work. On the bottom of your screen, you will see a QR code. If you're watching us on YouTube, open up your smartphone and take a picture of that QR code. Once you've taken a picture of it, it will literally bring up a website and you can go to the Hobby Maker website. It will take you straight there. This is going to be the new way of shopping. This is what we're going to do. No more shop codes, no more deals pages. It was too much of a faff, we thought. So we're going to go back to this. Also, in the chat, we will also throw in, I think it may already be there, the link to take you direct. If your smartphone doesn't work with QR codes, we will throw the link into the chat box. So you literally click the link and it will take you directly to the website. There are 3 things on our website that we're going to chat about today. We have the Let's Do Christmas stag stencil. We've got the brand new key holder, never been seen before, and the brand new nutcracker. Before we go any further as well, especially just for Craft O'Clock, anyone that purchases during this hour will receive, I'm going to, can I open this?
Yeah.
Helen, is that all right?
Yes.
He says with
Can I
very
open it?
sweaty hands. Is going to receive a little, oh, there you go. He's going to receive a free key ring with every Craft O'Clock order. Now, these are while stocks last. Helen's been told, Sandra's been telling us, there are not many, and I'm not just saying this for TV or for socials, there's not many of these, are there,
No,
Helen?
we
You've
have-
been told this as well.
We have got, for every purchase, we should have plenty, but once they're gone, they're gone.
So it is while stocks last, and it is 1 per order. Okay. What if we can't do QR codes? Jackie, don't worry. It's in the chat for you. It's all pinned into all the chat rooms that you are in. There's loads of people saying good morning to you. There is. Let's go back through them. You've got Jackie's in. Linda says good morning. Samantha says good morning as well. Sherry's in there. Alison's in there. Rianne's in there. Samantha, George, Linda says hi, everyone. Lisa, good morning, Adam and Helen. I do hope you're both well. I have just scanned the QR code and it works. I know.
Yay.
We're moving forward. We're moving forward, Lisa. Things are actually working. Maria, love, there's no deals pages anymore. Them days are gone. Them days are behind us. Look out, Sandra's watching.
Okay, on my best behaviour.
The boss is in. The boss is in.
Morning, Sandra.
Morning, Sandra. Lovely. I hope you're good and well. Let's start. Where do you want to start? What should we show them? Should we show them the nutcracker, or do you want to show them the keyhole?
I think I'd love to start with the nutcracker.
Let's do it.
Because
Let's
this is
do
new. It's different, I would say, as well. So, like with everything, we have the instructions, we have the stencil as well that comes with it.
See, I can't
And
see how
this-
that makes a nutcracker.
Yeah, and that is all you need. And I'm gonna give you a starter for 10 and show you how to do that.
Make it worse.
all from 4, 5 rectangles and a couple of circles and maybe a little arch shape. That's all we need to actually draw the nutcracker and tangle him. It's amazing.
It really is. Full instructions as well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you all the instructions because I'm not a library. That you've got in there. All the details are on the side of the screen. I know, check us. You don't know how happy we are. Genuinely, how happy we are that this is working. The QR code's on the side of the screen as well. Scan the QR code. Maybe I'll do a video on my Facebook Live on how to scan QR codes and things like that. We'll go through that. It's really, really easy. But open up your camera on your smartphone, put it over the QR code, and there'll be a little yellow thing at the bottom. Click that, take you direct to the website. Message coming in.
All ordered.
All ordered. People are ordering
Thank
already.
you.
You will also get your free keyring.
Oh,
I can relax now.
I'm
Helen, look, this
always
is working.
struggling for a pound token. Always struggling, and this is ideal because it's on a key ring, and you're not going to lose it.
It's all working.
Right, one more thing. Let's do it.
Bring in that overhead camera.
Oh, look, and we've got an overhead. And you can see us, and we can see what Helen's doing at the same time, and you can hear us because we've got proper mics. Sorry, Helen, this is a very big moment for us all on Craft the Clock.
This is so exciting.
It's just very warm in here. So, I think I'm just excited. Yeah, I think I'm absolutely roasted. So, where do you want to start with the Nutcracker?
So let's start at the beginning, and then I'll move us forward through
That's
the
fine.
process.
Anything you want to show us, if you show us on your
I
white paper,
will.
because then we can see it on that paper there.
So the first thing, as always, you need to do is number the stencil. I don't know. I'll put it here. So
Yeah, if you put it there, yeah, perfect.
Okay, hopefully you can see it. You need to number the stencil as per the stencil pattern on the instructions. Always important. You can see each one is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the main body of your nutcracker. And then 6 and 7 will form the arms and shoulders. Number 9 is your boot. This is your boot front, so you can get them nice and shiny.
Okay, nice.
Then you have your hand and your eye, and it's that easy. It is that easy.
So you say
And
this though. Helen. You say it's easy.
It is. I'm going to show you. Look.
How is it this easy
Watch,
though?
I'll show you. So the first thing you need to do is just make sure you've had a look at the instructions. Some people follow pictures, some people follow words, some do a mix. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to tuck that in there because that shows you as well the pictures. But I'm going to show you what I've started with.
Just before you
mine.
do that, Nicola, Beryl, Rose, there's no more deals pages. We'll pin the link again for you to go straight to the Hobby Maker website. You can go and buy from the website. I'm guessing you could also, I don't think you can give us a call yet. You literally just scan that QR code with your mobile phone. If you can't do that, we will throw in the link into the chat now for you. So we'll put that in there so you can definitely go and shop. But there is no more deals and there is no more shop codes going forward. Okay, this is our new way of doing it. Right, and sorry.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's because these are amazing deals today as well that we've got. So taking your stencil, and I've already written my numbers and which parts of the body my rectangles refer to. You should always draw vertical, horizontal line, because your center point is important for this one. And really, all you need to do is draw around boxes 2, 3, and 4, which is what the instructions say. So draw around those, but make sure that box 3 is slightly up above around the central line, because then you've got room for his legs and his boots and his arms. Otherwise, depends how long you want to make his legs, bearing in mind. So I've already gone ahead and done this. And what you do, I've started with square 2, and then I've moved up to the bottom of square 2 and I put in square 3. And then I've moved up square 4 and put it against the bottom of square 3. Because if you just draw these squares, you're going to have gaps in between. So you just need to align them. I've also gone ahead and put in the top square for time, basically. But normally the instructions say you would add that a little bit later, but it still acts as a guide. It's great. And then what the instructions give us is to just measure or put a mark a little way down this third box and a little way in. And once you've done that, then you can start to think about creating the middle part of his body. Okay.
Is all this in the instructions?
It's all in the instructions.
Okay.
I can show you
I trust you. I just want to.
All here. I'll show you because it's easier, I think, that way. So it's here, look. So even at step 4, you're already at drawing in the body. if you
Okay,
can see
I'm
it
just going
here.
to cover this for other people.
Okay,
Otherwise, there's,
it's already in the body straight off the bat. Draw your 3 squares
it's all okay. This is
and
good.
draw
This
your
is
body.
good. This is good.
Okay. And the next thing it says is after that is draw a little rectangle because that's going to form the belt. So you're starting in the middle
I'm with you.
of the shape. Does
I'm
that
with
help?
it. No, perfectly. Yes.
Okay. So essentially, once you've done that and you've drawn those 3 bits in, the other thing that I also, it says in the instructions, you draw, make a little mark inside each of these, and then you curve, just draw a curve around because that's going to give you the shape of his face. That's
Okay.
one side of his face,
And just
and
while
that's
you
the other side.
just while you draw that other curve,
Mhm.
Helen said, "I've just ordered the Nutcracker stencil. Will the free gift be added automatically to my order?" Yes, it will. It won't show on your order. It's something that Sandra's going to do HQ for you. But every order that goes through from Craft the Clock, because these are the only things. These aren't on the main channel later, are they? There's something totally different on the main channel.
Yes,
Or
completely
our
different.
sister channel.
Yeah, completely different.
We are the main channel that you've got on here. There'll be something totally different. So all these orders that go through here, you will also get the free keychain that you've got. So we know what orders are what. Sorry,
Okay.
Helen.
No,
lovely.
it's fine. So then we need to draw a little bit of a neck in, and it's a little rectangle again. Now you can use your ruler, but if you want to sketch it across or draw it across by hand, you can. If I'm honest, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, so I
Can't
tend
you?
to. No, my glasses don't. The angle and bifocals I've got make me look a bit. Everything's slanted. That's not anybody's fault. That's just my glasses.
No, it's fine.
So you would do that. And then the marks that we make, where it tells you in step 3 to make some marks, you would then start to think about forming his body shape. So it's a curve. So you can see there where his waist comes in and this goes up into his chest, and a curve this side. And already you can start to see something's happening. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're starting to see the shape of him. So when you followed those first few steps, you will get something that looks like this a little bit. So you've got his face, you've got his belt. I'm going to put his body in this one so that you can see exactly what it looks like or starts to look like. And then the other thing that you can start to do is think about the coat, because this is the bit as well that gives you the shape of the coat.
Okay.
So all you do is draw a mark just off the center line, because it's so important to have your vertical and horizontals. Just a mark either side of that center line. And again, a curve up. And I'm going to go up to his belt with this and just curve this way. And it's not a deep curve. It's quite a narrow curve. So that gives him something that looks like a coat. But what he's got missing now is his arms and his legs. So he doesn't look brilliant. So all we're going to do now is place, I'll turn this over because I've got writing all over my stencil.
It's
Place this shoulder section, I call it the shoulder section, and literally draw around it like that. Move this next section, which is the arm section, up a little bit, make it level. And you're going to draw over the original body square, but that doesn't matter because you can rub out the bits you don't need. And then this forms the hands, this circle. So all you do then is put it where you want it. And I'm not going to have it a whole circle hanging off. I'm going to have it just hanging out of the bottom of the cuff. So I'm going to do something like that. So already you can see we've got an arm and a shoulder. But I don't want this little bit of the edge of the square that was the original square. So I'm just going to rub that out. So just excuse me while I do that.
You're fine.
And you would do the same on the other side. I'm just going to show you one side so that I can move things on. Then I want to go back and I move around the picture so it builds quite quickly. Then I want to go back and I want to draw what we call an aura, Adam, this is.
Oh,
It's a curve. So we're going to draw a curve outside of this one. So this allows us to form his hair, okay? And again, we've got a few lines in here, but we'll take those out in a minute. But now, because this is going to be his hat, now you can put your hair in and we'll draw the beard in a minute and other bits and pieces. When it comes to looking at the hat, once we've done a little bit more, I'll show you that because there's a little couple of angles we want to look
Well,
at.
Rihanna said in the chat, if there's anyone new to Sannttangling here, the instruction booklets are really clear
They are.
and easy to follow.
They are. It's so easy. Honestly, if I can do this, anyone can. Honestly, Adam, anyone can do this.
Now, I just want I want to pick you up on that.
Oh,
For the
dear.
sheer fact, just no,
Maybe
no,
I
just
shouldn't have
only
said
for the
that.
sheer no, only for the sheer fact. I've also said the same thing. When I worked with Sandra a couple of years ago, I was like, I can't draw. I can't draw for toffee.
Yeah.
Genuinely can't. And I always wish
Yeah.
I could draw, but I can't. This is how genuinely you started in it. You thought
Yeah.
exactly the same. I can't
Exactly.
draw, and you're not just saying that because now you're on the telly. You're not just saying that because you're up here.
No,
You
not at all.
genuinely thought we were chatting before we went live. You genuinely thought you couldn't draw. You bought one of Sandra's kits, and not one of like the easy kits. You went big.
Yeah.
You went
The
big.
butterfly
You
frame,
went
we
big
talked
butterfly
about it.
frame.
Yeah.
And you did that, and now you're here. So it
Yeah.
genuinely can mind over matter.
It's a process. You've got to trust the process. These stencils are an amazing concept to help people to learn to draw. That's what this is about. And it's ingenious, if I'm honest with you, because it gives people the confidence. Yes, there is a bit of freehand, but everyone can draw a curve or an S shape or a line. Even if it isn't straight, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And my hand wobbles too. And some people do have tremors or wobbles or shaky hands. Doesn't matter in Sanntangle because we're drawing patterns, we're shading it, we're colouring. It really doesn't matter. And I was made to do art O level. And,
Okay.
And our art teacher was head of department, head of art. He just used to go into his little office and shut the door and stay there. And those of us that had to do it because of the option choices, we just looked at each other every week in the art
what do
class.
we
We were
do?
like, what do we do? You know, so we didn't really get taught how to
No,
draw.
makes sense.
This teaches you at home how to do it in the comfort of your own home as well. It's brilliant.
I love it. Love it.
So
just for Rose, you haven't missed anything, Rose. We've not got on to the wooden key holder. It's £9.99.
Yeah.
Maybe we put the details on the screen. We won't talk about it yet, though. I want to finish the nutcracker first,
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to that. But it is beautiful. It's on the front of the table. Shop that QR code. You can go and have a little look at it. It is all there. Should be £15.99 now, £9.99 for the Sanntangle key holder. There's the QR code for you. Go and have a little look at it. But we will get onto it during the hour.
So
Yes,
all
just
of them.
30% of the nutcracker's gone.
Great. Okay,
30%.
thank
It's
you.
not on the main channel
Thank you
either.
so
This is
much.
not on the
No.
main channel. There are two shows, 1 and 6.
2 and 6.
2 and
this
6. That's where I got
afternoon,
one
yes,
from.
but we've got different things.
2
then.
and 6, totally different shows.
Yeah.
This is just for Craft O'Clock, and it's the only way you're going to get your free trolley token as well. Okay, so you need to start scanning that QR code.
So while you were chatting, Adam, I've just literally drawn, it's all right, 2 little slanted lines and
Okay.
a line across to form the cuff of the sleeve. And then as you go, you will carry on, you'll put his eye in. Now, when I do the eyes on the face, I'll just give you a hint and tip. I put a little dot where I think his eyes need to be. It looks a bit strange. But then you want the smallest circle, which is number 5. And then I will put my circle where I want it over the dot. So that might be a bit high for when we actually draw his eye in. So I'm bringing it down slightly. But what I am going to do at the same time is draw at the bottom of my stencil, just a line, and draw around his eye like that. Because when I come to do the next one, it could end up here, down here.
Yes.
So if you move the stencil along those lines, you would do it more lightly than that because you can then rub them out. But you've then got your eyes in almost the same height on the face. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It gives you a guideline.
So you've got your 2 eyes, okay? You do a little lozenge shape for his nose. That's what I do. Just a little lozenge shape. And then you'll go into his mouth. The first time I drew this, he had such a big, wide mouth. It was crazy. But you just draw literally slanted lines. That's all you need to do. And then it's a little, I want to say lozenge shape there. And then you will bring down 2 curves here, one each side. You can see they're not even level. It doesn't matter. Put a V in here because that forms the middle of his beard. Okay. And I'm doing it all in pencil because when you come into pen, that's when you correct it.
Okay.
So it's easy to do. We want a couple of eyebrows on. So we want to do those each side. And again, if you're not good at doing things evenly, you can correct it. And then we do a curly moustache. So I'm
Oh,
going to
here
do
we
a
go.
curly moustache, which is just literally a curve with a curl on. You don't have to double it up if you don't want to. It's okay. You can leave it how you like. But if you look at the front of him, do you see how his moustache is doubled up? But you can do
Yes.
it any which way. Every time I've drawn this, I've got a different moustache, but it's fine. And then I want to look at the hat, if that's okay.
course it
Because
is.
you do the legs and the boots are exactly the same as the shoulder and the arm, except when you get to the bottom of his boot, you need this curve shape. And you would put it for the leg on the left, you would put it right against the corner of the rectangle of the boot and draw your shape. So the arch goes outside of your original boot line, but that is easy to do.
Okay.
And it gives him positioning really, and it makes him look like he's standing properly with his shiny boots. Because you know what, soldiers are like, they have to shine their boots, don't they? They have to polish their
love
boots.
a set of painting shoes when I used to work on stage.
Yeah.
It's one of my
So
favourite things to put
patent
on, a
shoes
pair
are
of
all the
patent
rage.
shiny shoes.
And then what we need to do, I'm going to turn, and this is the other thing, always turn your card or your paper. And then what I'm going to do is just draw a very thin, narrow line across the top of his head. Okay. Just a thin, narrow line like that. And it doesn't matter if it's wobbly. So you can see the shape of his hat's already starting to come. You do another one, just a little bit wider over the top.
Now I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
You're
And
on a
another one.
Sanntangle board.
Yes.
No, I don't own a Sanntangle board.
Yes.
Why do I need a board? Or do I just a good sturdy table will do?
Honestly, we do different size boards.
Okay.
So you don't need a big one. This is the largest one we do. If you go to sanntangle.co.uk, you can get them on the shop, on Sandra's shop. I prefer it because my paper turns quicker. Sometimes if you've got different tabletops, they don't swivel. The card doesn't turn. And a lot of the process that we do is repeating. So we'll do a repeating curve, turn your card, repeat.
So it just gives you that smooth.
So it just gives you that smooth
Makes
turning, and it allows you to keep the rhythm going. Okay.
I like.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Good?
perfect. Yeah.
So I've got 3 lines. I'm going to turn my card again. And then this time we have to put some arrows. We're going to make an arrow shape, put a V shape there and join them together. And you can rub out the bits you don't need. You can level it up. Then the next thing to do is from where your base square line is, from the top of that top curve, just do another one like that. Okay. So now you can see where the shape of the hat comes. Everything comes from these squares. It's brilliant. It's
amazing how it all
brilliant.
works.
And then we do another curve over the top. Now that will be slightly out, but it doesn't matter. You can level it up afterwards. And then there you go with your hat shape straight away. Okay. And I said to you, I can't draw freehand, but I can use these stencils. It's brilliant. So when you've done all of that and you've kind of happy with it, you will have something. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that on the
just about
camera? Yeah.
Yeah, we can
You
just
will
see
have
it.
something that looks like this. And you've got the beard. The beard is literally V shapes coming down each side. We've put a little bit of a tuft of hair under his cap, which you might be able to see.
Yeah, we can see it now.
I'll go a bit heavier for you. And then the epaulets on the shoulders, I'll just go heavier on this as well so that you can see. You draw a lozenge shape at the top of his rectangular shoulder and a little arc over the top. That gives you the epaulets. But we want to give him some braiding. We want him to look like he's a bit in charge. He's a bit of a, what should we call him? Lieutenant or, I don't know, officer in charge. And all you're going to do is divide this setup into 6 sections. So that looks more like a braid. And if you look here, you can see the braiding impact.
I like this.
This is what I've just done, literally divide it up into 6 sections. After that, I want to put something in this cuff at the bottom, and I'm just going to put some loops in. We're just going to make it look like he's like really, really senior now.
Samantha says we were so lucky to have the Nutcracker stencil originally at HQ Workshop. It's amazing, really easy to follow, and a showpiece project. How he's so lovely. You can style him and create some wonderful colorways too. We're going to show you some finished samples shortly as well.
And so you can see now how that's building. With this one, I've gone a little bit off piste from the instructions, and I've put an outline that gives him a coat edge, if you see.
Oh, yeah.
But then all you then have to do is literally, you can put anything on his hat. It doesn't have to be the feather or the braiding on his hat. So that's literally an oval shape. And then you can just put some lines out wherever you want your feathers to go, join them up as you do with the triangle there. Just literally bring it back down. Whichever way you want your feathers to go, doesn't matter. And again, you can put these neater and straighter once you come in with pen. So you can do all sorts. If you don't want to put the braiding in, but it does match his coat on this particular design, then you can just put a pattern on or colour it plain. It doesn't matter. Colour it and shade it. The other option you've got as well is if you don't want to colour, and we have got the original pencils going on, we've got the dark edition pencils, and I'll show you different versions in a minute of how that looks. You can shade.
Oh,
you can just
okay.
shade it. And we use this pencil to do that, the red and black, the 2B pencil.
We've had a question in from Rose. I wonder if the Nutcracker would fit on a DL card size. Do we know roughly how easy A4? It's just
A4.
short of A4.
Yes, it
you
is
can
A4.
see there.
So it is a nice project to do. And the way I looked at this was, you can create a project and you can actually you can then gift it to someone, frame it, gift it.
It is stunning.
Always sign your work. Please always sign your work. Sandra always reminds us about that.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Like a 3D box frame and lights on the inside.
Oh,
there you go.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be fab, wouldn't it? That was very,
I like
very
this.
creative. But this is, everybody's into the nutcrackers at the moment. They buy them for decorating their houses. And people are always looking for something different for gifts as well. So I think this would be amazing. So you would literally, I've just started to add some graphite to the belt. You would then shade it with your tortillon and just bring in the shading. Where you would shade it is where you add your colour. So if I show you what I've done,
Of course you can. These are amazing.
Mine, then you'll have some idea. So with this one, I don't know if you can see, it's quite dark.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. Now I will finish the colouring on this one.
Well, it's not that dark. I've just turned the brightness down on my tablet. That was all. It hurt my eyes. It's not as dark as you think.
Okay, because I'm looking at that. That's fine. So this is one coat. So what I will do is finish this, and I'll post it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
But this was inspired by the blues and the royals. Tripping the colour was the other day, and I saw the highlights of that. And this is using the dark edition pencils. I didn't use the original colour pencils from this is from the 24 dark edition. And all I've used is literally a couple of the blues, Tranquil Blue and Mystic Blue, a bit of white for the highlight in the middle. And then I've used, I think it was Sanntangle Red, a little bit of Elf Pink, and then I used Spanish Red.
What a memory.
Yeah, they're written on the back as
well.
well.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let you off then. I'll let you off.
I don't know if this is a right word, but to Christmasify it.
We're having that.
Instead of putting the feather on, I put holly on.
Nice.
On his hat, and I've finished his jewels at the top there, at the top of his hat. Then I added some corners, and I added this tangle in the corner, matches and brings it into what I've done on his coat. So you've got this pattern here on the instructions, if you can show. So this pattern here that you can see on his coat, I've brought up to the corner.
Okay.
And brought it together, and then I've added some holly. And I don't know if people know how to do holly. It's so easy. I'll just show you on here. It's a curved M shape. So all you do is, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. That way. I'll try that again. And then the opposite way. So it's an M shape with curved lines, and then an opposite M shape. And you put a line through, put your little berries on, do whatever you need to do. So it's that easy to do a bit of holly.
Helen's posted on the Facebook page. So I've created a new QR code. This one is for the Sanntangle Facebook page. It's up in the top corner of your screen.
There you go.
So if you
We
want
are
to be
all
part
over
of
this
it.
now. So if you want to join the Sanntangle group, it's in the top corner of the
Wow.
screen now. You can scan it
Oh,
just there. I've got
brilliant.
live all over mine, maybe because I'm watching it here. But yeah,
Thank you.
that corner there, just up there. I think it's next to me.
Yeah.
Just up there is where you're looking at. That's how you can become the Sanntangle Facebook group. That's how you get involved with that one. Maria's just ordered the stag stencil. That's on the show as
Brilliant.
well,
We'll have a
because it's
look
not
at
just a
that in a
stag.
minute.
There's loads in there.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
designs. Do you get these designs as well?
It
Or is that
shows
just
you.
packaging?
It shows you how to do those.
Oh, so it's
as
1, 2,
well.
3, 4, 5. So it's 5 is what you're going to get in there. She says, I've just ordered the stag stencil. Will help when I'm recovering from my first of 2 surgeries later this week. Hope all goes well, Maria, lovely. It will, though. It just gives you that therapy of learning how to draw and how to do it that you've got. And you'll also get your free keychain as well, your free Charlie
Yes.
token.
Yeah, you will.
You'll also get that. That is exclusive to Craft O'Clock. Now we are here. We are back. We are working. You can see and hear everything we are
Brilliant.
doing. Trust me.
Success.
You would have come here 3 days ago. We were all putting our hairs out, ready to leave. We're all back and good to go. All good? We're all good.
So-
This is stunning.
So the next one I did is traditional green and red, which a lot of people like. And this is the one that we did at HQ class. This is
Oh,
the different.
okay.
If you notice, it's a slightly different design on his
Mm.
coat. And you can put any design you like in there. You don't have to follow. This is a guide. These instructions are a guide and giving you inspiration. And then this last one I did,
Look at this.
this was inspired by Wicked. Now he has got short legs, but you can make his legs as long or as short as you like. But this was the pink and the green, the Wicked colours that I really
love
liked.
this. Look at that.
And thought, again, with the dark edition pencils, this is the greens and the pinks in there and the purples. So we did that. And again, with the original design is how I finished that off. But yeah, that's your
That is your Nutcracker.
He's amazing. He's absolutely brilliant.
If you want to get hold of the Nutcracker, welcome to the brand. Well, this is, what should we say? This version 1 of 2 of Craft O'Clock. This is version 4.0. There is a 5, version 5 coming next week, next Monday. Version 5 of Craft O'Clock is coming. You already know all the details for that, but we will go through it again in another show later on. How does it all work? So, the brand new way of Craft O'Clock is this. This is where we're staying from now on, okay? And it all works on little QR codes that you can see here, or when we get to demo, it'll appear at the side of the screen. How does it work? So get your smartphone, open up the camera, scan the TV or Facebook or whatever you're watching. Obviously, if you're watching on a smartphone, you can't do this yet. You need to go and watch it on YouTube. But we've also put the link into the chat. This is how we're going to roll from now on going forward. So we're going to put the link into the chat. It's already pinned there. There are 2 pins that are in there. So you can go and have a look at it. I think I might have just put that on by accident. I think I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to scroll up the comments. So you can go and scan the QR codes that you're looking at. They will take you to the Hobby Maker page. That's where we're going from now on. So there's no more shop codes. There's no more deal codes. Okay. We'll still be doing all the fun and all the frolics. Just why I've got you, and it is past. Crafty Creations, we've not forgot about. Okay. We've just sort of had to get us back on our feet so we could start working and doing them. We've not forgot about them. There are going to be 2 winners on the 30th of this month. So Monday, we're going to have 2 winners. So that's May and June's Crafty Creations. If you want to get your Crafty Creations in, Hobby Maker, no, it's not. It's Craft O'Clock at hobbymaker.co.uk. I should remember. I've just done it in a VT. Craft O'Clock at hobbymaker.co.uk. Get your stuff in. Okay. Get it in. Get what any of your makes, so whether they be Sanntangles, things like that. One lucky person will win a £100. No, it's not at all. It's not at all. That's the other one. £50. And to make up, we throw in a mug as well. We throw in a Craft O'Clock mug. So one lucky person's going to win a Craft O'Clock mug. 2 lucky people win Craft O'Clock mugs. And you'll also win £50 credit to your account. We're going to do that on the 30th. Okay. Also on the 30th, we will go through all the changes. Myself and Kat will go through all the changes that's happening that start on the 1st. So the 1st of next month, next Tuesday, Craft O'Clock is changing. We're changing times. And we're also changing days. We'll tell you about that on the 30th. Okay, let's do that then. So, let's do the key holder that we've got on here. I don't do QR codes, prefer the old system. Alison, unfortunately, this is the way forward.
Time moves on.
Time has moved on. We'll send the link to you, Alison, now. We're going to send the link same way. It's just easier this way. Maybe one day I'll tell you why. I've sent it. I've sent in a couple of makes, but not sure whether you. We probably have, Lisa. I'll check later for you. Let's talk though about the brand new key holder. £9.99. This is beautiful.
It is.
It really is. Whether you're a paper crafter, whether you're a soft crafter, whether you just want just a beautiful finished board.
It is. It is absolutely gorgeous.
You get your little mushrooms included as well. So what? It's a key holder, I understand that.
Yes.
How does it work?
It's a key holder. So this actually fixes to your wall. That's why you've got the 2 holes at the top. You can see those. And then you will literally, you've got the rings that come with it that hook into the holes in each of your little mushroom or toadstool. So you can hang keys on it. You could hang your £1 trolley token.
Yes, you
I call
could.
it a £1 token. Trolley token on there. So you've always got one handy. But you can hang three sets of keys on it and affix it to the wall. And it is brilliant. It's quite tough. It's not a flimsy piece of wood.
No, it's not.
It's we call it cherry veneer. And it does smell lovely. What I will say is, when you've finished whatever it is you want to draw on this, you really ought to seal it.
Okay.
And I always use Crafter's Companion Spray and Shine.
Yes.
Because it is really, I put a couple of coats on because it actually protects it. If you look at my tangle board, I've had this a long time and I've sprayed it. When I first sprayed it, I sprayed it a couple of times. I think it probably needs re-spraying, but I've had this for quite a long time and never had to worry about it.
Love it.
And I use this every day, this board, really, when I'm, doing things. So I would seal it. It's really important, I think, if you want longevity to do that.
Makes sense.
But as you can see, it comes with three toadstools, and I've got them on.
Yeah,
on
we're watching
here.
yours.
This is my board, by the way. And so what's important is that for me is to get hold of your pen, your 03 fine liner pen, and just go for it. Just go for it. Okay. So I know some people are really wary about it, and I've got a little design. It stands to reason because these are toadstool shape. You're going to want to do something toadstooly, aren't you?
Makes sense.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is just literally, I'm straight in with an 03 pen, and it doesn't matter whether it's shaky, wobbly, makes no difference. And I'm literally just going to draw a curve over the top. So already you can see I've got a line that's giving me that shape. I'll just press a little bit harder. If you keep your pen moving, it will flow over. It will glide, okay? And then, of course, I want to join it up somehow because that's looking a bit odd. So I want to bring the stalk in a little bit. So I'm going to bring the stalk in and I'm going to press slightly harder for you so you can see it, okay? And then this bit, normally mushrooms grow in all sorts of weird and wonderful ways, but normally there's a frill on it. So we want to do something that looks like a frill, somehow like that. Does that make sense?
Does indeed.
And that's just 3 things that we've done, 3 strokes with the pen. I'm going to draw some bubbles in to give it some texture, and they're not circles, they're bubbles.
3D, you've made it look already. Just 3 lines.
It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. And then I want to put some markings around the top of it. So it gives you some kind of depth and texture to it. So you can tell it's a real thing.
20% of the stock has already gone on this.
Has it?
20% of the stock has already gone.
Thank you. Then we want to, underneath a mushroom, if you cook a mushroom upside down.
Yes.
It's got like a brown grill. Yes. So I want to give it some of that impact and effect.
Loving this.
So all we do is draw lines from the edge to the center, like that. Do it on both sides. I'm going to turn my mushroom because it isn't huge, but it just gives us something to look at and think about and how we might colour it. Now for the stalk or the base, I'm going to give it a bit of texture, and all I'm doing is a row of lines and dots and dashes. That's it. So I'm just going to start in the middle and do it all in different orders. I hope you can see that.
Yeah, we can.
Good. All the way up. Just follow the pattern. And if you start to think, well, I'm doing this all the same pattern, I'm doing 3 dots, 1 dash, turn it round, turn it this way and go back the other way. And then you'll get a different pattern. You'll get a different alignment to it and a different depth. Okay. And also, you've got the grain of the wood here. You've got lines on the grain of the wood, so you can follow those as well if you wanted to, which might make it easier for you. I'm going to put something in there because that's too wide for me. But
now, you were telling me before we came live, because I was like, is there a right and wrong way to this? And you said there's sort of is because of the grain of the wood.
Yeah, you could, but the grain goes all the way across the wood.
So it goes through the mushrooms as well. So it's like a big
yeah.
jigsaw. So if you want everything to line up.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. So it's great to just do this. And then you've got choices. You can shade it and still seal it, obviously, or you can colour it. And once you've done that, and that will fit in here, you see, straight away. And then you can start thinking about the rest of your board. You could put letters on it. You could put words on it. You can do a design. You can do some flowers. There's all sorts that you can do. And most of us have got the red ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And this is magic because you've got different size circles. We use circles a lot.
Okay.
So you could start to think about, I'm going to use just one side, use this big circle.
For the price, for $9.99, I'm not here to spend your money, and I've said that for years, but I'm not. But for $9.99, I'd get 2. Yep. One, I would Sanntangle on, and I'd do everything that we're doing here. The other, I would do the toadstools like we've just done, but then on the backboard, so this bit, I'd paint with blackboard paint.
Yeah, why not?
And have it as a blackboard or chalkboard paint.
Yeah, you can.
So you then could write on it with your chalkboard pens, but you've got one that you've Sanntangled, but then the toadstools, you painted proper toadstools, so it'd stand out against that black background.
Yeah.
So you know where your keys are. So do you know what I mean? Also, don't think for keys. Think about your embroidery scissors. How many times do we lose your embroidery scissors? How many times do you use those little bits that you've got around your desk? Maybe it's that little bit of tape, or everything with that little hole in that you normally keep. Hand sanitizer. Maybe you're just going to have it in your craft room. Bang, it's up there. It's everything that you need and more. Produce cats.
And then when you take it to a class or something, you'll know they're yours.
They're yours because they got the mushroom on.
Yeah.
And you'll know where everything is. See, I love this idea.
And also, Sandra's particularly good at this. She will see someone post something on Facebook. She'll know whose it is. She will know whose it is. And she'll be able to say, I think I know who's drawn that. And she can tell because everyone's got their own style, even though they don't know it. So I've just started to draw a flower on here, and you can start to decorate all the way across your board. And when you've done that, I'll show you what I've got here on the other side. This isn't finished, but this is where I've got to with mine. And I've not coloured in all my toadstools yet, but this is where you can really go mad, go to town. Again, this came from something that we did at class, but there's different flowers here that you can use. We've got little bluebelly, fuchsia ones. We've got foliage here. And this is where I've started to colour this in, is with the original pencils.
Oh, okay.
Not the dark edition, the original. And just look at the impact of that,
it does look beautiful.
Looks. So, yeah, so that was a range of colours.
I do like Annette's comment. She said if you're using dots and dashes for the stems texture, you could add a secret message using Morse code.
You could.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, Morse code. Yeah. But when you imagine once that's been coloured in with all of the pencils,
that'd be stunning.
That would be absolutely fabulous. So I thought I'd start to show you what we did on the other side, because that gives you an idea.
Now you've gone straight. Oh, did you go in? You went straight in with pen?
Went straight in with pen.
Could we go in with pencil?
If you are not confident, then of course use your pencil. Like on paper, pencil rubs out on wood, so it's not a problem at all. I've got more confident now, so I've just gone straight in with pen on that one, which is really nice. Yeah, I wish.
Something else that would look absolutely stunning on these, because you've got toadstools in the foreground. Imagine putting your stags in the background with your trees. You could do a whole forest.
Scene.
Yeah, you could do a whole forest.
You could do all sorts. So with the flower, I've used this size circle, gone round, second size circle on my ruler, gone round the edge, but don't need a pen for that. I've just drawn a bubble in the middle, and then I'm just going to divide it up like you would. It will look like a clock, and it doesn't have to be particularly neat or straight. It's just a guide for you to draw your petals around, and then grab your pen, and all you do is put your bubble in. Hopefully you can see that. Put your bubble in, go around it a couple of times, and then follow from the middle bubble out around that edge, which just gives you the guide to give you a petal edge. Bring your line out and do a petal edge. And then you might want to give it a little bit of movement. So just come out a little bit before you go back around and follow that guide, the guided line.
I love this.
Okay.
I know I say that a lot.
And then you could also just curve that one slightly and come back around. And then you've got a completely different feel and look, and it gives it a little bit of movement, just a little bit. You don't need loads. But already where you've got these little gaps of movement, fill them in, and your pen will fill in the wood. Now go gently when you're filling in, because what you don't want to do is go over where you've put your lines to your petals. And that looks great, doesn't it, already? And once you've put your flowers where you want them, and I've actually put that behind the toadstool, I've not done a full petal, it's just going behind, then you can start to shade it and colour it and do whatever it is you like the idea of doing. And there you can, as I said, you could do words, letters, you could chalkboard it the other side. You could do your door number.
Outside, but,
yeah.
That's good. A bit Mod Podge.
Yeah, and if you are into decorating and people are your whole house for Christmas, can you imagine?
Yeah, this would be
You could have
stunning.
a fabulous Christmas theme on this. Fabulous Christmas theme, because it's not too big. It's just the right size to create a scene. So you could do maybe a Christmas tree coming off the side, which would, for me, would just be literally almost a triangle shape going up. And then I would probably do some whirly swirls so that it looks like a tangled. I am doing this right off the top of my head now. Tangled branches.
We're all good.
Like so. And then you would double those up so that you can actually tangle them and colour them in. And you've got what is looking like a tangled pattern Christmas tree straight off on the side. Have your stag coming out from the side of that. You can do all sorts.
It would work.
Yeah,
now there are genuinely loads of you have scanned that QR code. This is
brilliant.
We can now
Well
see the sort of
done.
information that we've got.
So it's
We've
working.
got Ted, you don't know how happy we are, Helen. You genuinely I just keep looking up to
dear,
Cat
that's
smiling
so
like
funny.
this is working. And no one said we can't hear you. It's not fuzzy, it's not crackling.
it's
We're doing well.
great.
There are loads of you scanning that QR code. This offer won't last for that long, okay? Now we've got rid of the old system. We're on the same system as Hobbymaker uses. So it's only while stocks last for your keychain,
Token, yeah.
for your token, and for stock. This is something that
This is
won't get
brilliant.
restocked over and over again. You know how Craft the Clock works. We bring it in. It lasts more or less 24 hours, and then we swap the show again. The show will change.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do need to check out that basket at this point. Remember, once you've checked out once, you've got cap postage of £4.95. So when you want to buy something later, when Helen's on a Hobby Maker later on today at 2 or 6 o'clock, it's that cap postage. So you haven't got to worry about the cap postage either. So check out your baskets at this point.
Yeah.
Get what you want in there.
Please.
There's only one more thing to see, which is the Let's Do Christmas Stag stencil.
Yeah, we'll have a look at
You've
that.
seen everything then. There's only 3 items on this show. So we've got the brand new Nutcracker, which was brand new today, £10.99. You've got the key holder for £9.99. Or you can go for the Let's Do Christmas Stag, which is also £9.99, and throw in your free keychain as well, your free Sanntangle keychain. You can't go wrong. But look at the discount you are getting on this Stag Let's Do Christmas.
Yeah.
£10 is what you are saving. It should
Brilliant.
be £19.99. You're getting it for £9.99. Would it be good if Sandra does spare mushrooms just as key rings?
We need, we
Just in
need
case
to
you lose
ask.
them. We can ask the
need
question.
to
I don't know if
ask
she's
the
still in the
question.
chat, but we can ask the
She
question for
might
you.
be.
But this is the thing, Rose, for the price, for $9.99, what should it be? 19? Should have been $15.99. Go for 2 and you're still saving. Then you've got spares. Yeah, it should have been $15.99. So then you'll have an extra spares and then you'll have an extra board as well. This board would make amazing little chopping board. Pop a candle on it. Things like that would be absolutely stunning. You could make a 3D scene.
You could re-engineer those bits.
Yeah, there's ways around it. There's ways and means around it. Let's look though at the Sanntangle Let's Do Christmas Stag stencil and instruction booklet, because this is another. When we talk value for money,
absolutely,
this has got it in bucket loads that we've got. We'll do it on your overhead.
I'll do it on mine, yeah. So this is lovely, and stags are all the rage. They're a trend all the time, don't they? The stags, as do the nutcrackers. And in this set as well, always comes with instructions. Look, step by step, all the way. You don't really need to number your stencil because it's pretty obvious what's what. And what Sandra's done, which really helps, for each of the designs, she's put the shapes close to each other so you can work out what is going where, if that helps. But this is great because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got the birdhouse as well, the designs. It shows you how to do the Christmas trees, the tangle versions, and all the curly versions, which is what I just showed you on the board.
There's even more projects than actually says what's 1, 2, 3.
So these are
projects are there.
additions.
They're additions, but they're still learning.
But
so how many projects are we learning?
If you look at the birdhouse, there's at least 4, 5, maybe 6.
Maybe 6.
Maybe
Let's go with
6.
maybe
It's a
6.
lot. And you've got just the stag with the front face. You've got a side on. You've got a prancing one or a movement one. You've got the birdhouse, which is so cute with all the tangle patterns on it. And you've got, I call this one Bambi. So you've got what looks like a baby.
If Disney's watching, it has nothing to do with Bambi whatsoever.
And this is where we can look at the tree. So this is another, to put in your scenery. Again, you could use this design on your board, on your keyring board. You've got a stag looking back at you. You've got one staring you out. You've got in a good way. And see how you can put your tangles and your decorations and your light bulbs on the antlers. It's absolutely fabulous. You've got a prancing deer as well, so one leaping. Then you've got a really proud one, look, who's just showing off. Showing off. And again, there's the curly tree that I just showed you on the board as well. So all of these, you've got pictures everywhere. The tangles are also drawn so that you can see exactly what is being inspired. And again, on this one, the holly shape. So we show you here how to do the holly shape. And as I said, it's a curvy M. And even the birdhouse is hanging off the antlers. It's absolutely great fun to do. And you can absolutely make a scenic scene with it, if that makes sense. No,
a scenic scene.
But here's some of the samples. Look at this. This is, so we have got alphabet letters from sanntangle.co.uk. So you can put your letters, you can do your letters. These are all covered in holly. They're beautiful. See with the actual prancing one, the leaping one, absolutely fabulous that is. So there's that one. Then you've got this one that is quite a proud one. And you can see he's a younger stag, and then the word winter, some embellishments on glitter card and matted and layered. It's gorgeous. And you don't have to go with traditional colours. You can do any colours. Unicorn colours, even for Christmas, seem to be all the rage, don't they?
But looking at that card there, the majority, and I'm going to use the word majority, know how to do these bits. You know how to do the winters. You know how to do the cutting out. We've all got the dies to do them.
We do.
But now imagine adding, we've all got the stencils to do the background. Now imagine adding that finishing touch of that hand design, which also means if you're making, what is the angel policy? Can we make to sell?
You can make to sell. We can, because once you've put pen to paper, it's your artwork.
So imagine, you could add a couple more pound on.
You could.
Because it's hand drawn.
Yeah. And you can batch make these as well.
That's amazing.
You can batch make these for cards. You can do all sorts. And also get your glitters out. Make your bauble tree, which is what has been done on this one, look. and hanging off the word, some dots and lines and dashes that I did earlier, just to create that effect of little icicles.
We've had a question in saying, is this the stencil that someone used to draw a long-necked deer and it turned into a giraffe?
I've got no idea.
No
We
idea.
do have a giraffe.
No
We
idea.
do
Oh, I
have a
think we did
giraffe,
that.
which is different. To
Oh,
be
okay.
fair.
Oh, yeah,
A giraffe stencil.
is this the
but
stencil that
that's our
someone used
menagerie.
to make the neck longer?
And
I don't know.
maybe
Could
it
be.
is. I've not seen it.
Have a go.
I can't tell you.
We're getting
I'm
close to the
sorry.
end.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Can I just show you this
Of course you
one?
can.
This would be great. And again, the birdhouse, which is the larger version. You've got each of the stags here. Look, all the different positions and the different styles. And then you've got the one where you can just do the face on his own, which is a bit bigger as well. But these are great. They fit on our regular tiles as well. Or you can extend them. Yeah, maybe you can extend them to put them on slightly bigger card. What we call the macro size,
This is
which is this size. So it's 6 by 6, just under. So it's 15 centimeters square, the macro. But these are great samples and gives you lots of ideas. I mean, look at the heart on his bum.
I love it.
It's great.
I think they're all, and this is something that you can do at home. This is genuinely a project that anyone can do, even if you can draw or not.
Yeah.
You follow the instructions verbatim and you will be able to create stunning artwork, whether it be the nutcracker, whether it be the deers, whether you're going to go all out on your little mushroom key rack. Let me quickly, before we say goodbye, quickly run through everything once again, so you know what we've got. So all the products are on that QR code at the bottom. If you scan that QR code down there, that will take you directly to the Hobby Maker website. There are 3 on there. You've got the Nutcracker on there, you've got the Stag and Deer on there, and you've also got the key holder on there as well, is what you've got. That will then open that basket. Once you've got that basket open, you know what you're doing by now. It's that cat postage of $4.95 for the whole of the day. What have we got looking forward? What have we got at 2 and 6?
At 2 and 6, we've got another new product at 2. If you can tune in, please do. It'd be lovely to see you there.
Can you drop a little sneak hint?
No, no. It's completely secret, and no, I'm sworn to secrecy.
New stencil, new pen.
Could be.
There
are some
nothing.
lovely gifts as well to that you can have a look at purchasing for family and friends. But it is a surprise, so I don't want to spoil it.
Surprise at 2 o'clock. Is that the 2 o'clock show?
2 o'clock show.
And what's at 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock. We've got gifts and goodies.
There's more stuff. Basically, shut up, Adam. Stop asking. So join in 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock on the main channel. Hobby Maker will be there. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Really quickly, when I message saying the keyring's not showing in my order, it won't.
The keyring won't show in your order. Sandra's going to put them in personally, and each one give a little cuddle and then pop it in to your order for you. All these products are only available from Crafty Clock, so we know if you've ordered through us, we know you'll get a keyring. If you order on the main channel later, you won't.
And it's only while stock lasts.
And it's while stock lasts. When them keyrings have gone, they have gone. Okay. Thank you for joining us. We will be back on Crafty Clock on Saturday at 11 o'clock with LM Gifts.
Yeah, Dee's back.
Dee's back in the room. Hopefully it'll all work for her this time. That we've got on this one, not me on a tripod. Dee's back, LM Gifts, this Saturday at 11 o'clock. And then Monday at 11 o'clock is myself and Kat, and we'll tell you everything that you need to know. All changes from Tuesday. But we'll save that till Monday, and I'll remind you Saturday. So Saturday, 11 o'clock. A lot of dates to fit in. A lot of dates here.
A lot of days.
Saturday, 11 o'clock. I'll see you back here in the cupboard. We'll see you then. Thank you to you, Helen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. Guess what? It all worked.
Bye.
See you later.